Nike hit an all-time high last week. So you go into earnings with that. And of course, North America was up 7%. That was a little disappointing, particularly where the stock is, and decelerated a little bit. But if you look at Europe, it was still up double digits. And meanwhile, Adidas, their biggest competitor in Europe, was down 6%. So it shows you the market share that they're gaining. And of course, you throw in China, that was up 24%. But I think also, if you look at the guidance, it was for revenue up mid-single digits. And I think the street just kind of went, we were looking for a little bit more upside at an all-time high.
So we've talked a lot about this idea that kind of the retro feel and look for companies like Adidas and Nike and Puma have been driving some of those sales. Is there a sense right now that maybe that trend has peaked out a little bit?
So it's so interesting. Over the last 4 years, particularly in Europe, you've seen all these retro brands, Fila, LS, there's a whole long list of them that have taken shelf space away from Adidas and from Nike. And I feel like, particularly starting in Europe, that's shifting a little bit. And certainly Nike has pushed back to the forefront. And that's really because I think consumers are coming back to really technical brands and athletic brands that are authentic and also that are engaging them. And I think that's part of the reemergence here of Nike, not to mention the fact that their product just looks outstanding.
So if it's more technically oriented, does that favor perhaps brands, like you said, perhaps on Nike's front? But what about Under Armour? Because we have associated that brand with being kind of more towards that pure athletic or technical standpoint as well.
Absolutely. And I think Under Armour's issues are a bit different here. They obviously went downstream and were certainly over-inventoried in the channel, and they're going very much through a cleanup process, whereas Nike has really been able to hold the brand in a premium status. And also Nike certainly has really cleaned up their wholesale channel. And, if you go into a Foot Locker, they're no longer promoting and giving all the product away. The fixtures are better. The marketing is better. So I think, Nike just continues to pull out front, not only with innovation, but also with the relationships in the wholesale channel.
Who is your front runner in this industry? No pun intended.
Oh, well, I would say Nike 100%. And again, the stock is giving back a bit today because, certainly at an all-time high with guidance that was sort of less than inspiring. I think if you look forward, they have certainly guided to the fact that we'll start to see leverage again on the cost front. I think investors will welcome that when it happens. I think the margin story is very much intact, and the product story looks better than it ever has.